surprisingly, there's a city council meeting this week. Usually they don't have one during the last 2 Wednesdays of the year, but that's not the case this year. So because of this, we are bringing in KPRC2 Investigates Mario Diaz for Pop-Off Politics on this Tuesday. Mario, what is it looking like so far this week?
Well, you know, believe it or not, we are having the final city council under Mayor Sylvester Turner. And like the previous 2 weeks, Zach, we're looking at a number way over 70 when it comes to agenda items.
Gonna be busy.
72 agenda items, third week in a row that we're seeing over 70.
Plenty of work to do. This as the old mayor wraps up.
Right.
The new mayor is about to come in. Mario, remind us when the new mayor will officially take office. When will Mayor Turner be done?
He's like Cinderella. The stroke of midnight. Stroke of midnight, New Year's Eve. He has made it clear, though, that Mayor Turner, he's going to be working right up to that point of midnight on the 31st.
Okay, so I have a sense that there's a little deja vu going on this week. What are you talking about? What are we looking at?
So we're going to be looking at the same exact agenda item that we looked at last week, okay? It is agenda item 72, and many are saying this is a move to just completely undercut Mayor John Whitmire's powers. So for this one, Zach, once again, we are bringing in the reinforcements.
Yeah, you know, last week I was so impressed. It worked so well, so we're doing it again this week.
We have to.
Yeah.
Okay? And for the second time ever, this is for the second time ever, joining us live in the studio for the pop-off, we have a council member.
Yeah.
And here he is right now, council member Michael Kubosh. Welcome, Councilmember Kubosh. Good morning, and welcome to Pop-Off Politics.
Sir.
Good morning.
You like
Great
the
to have
name for
you.
the segment? Because, you know, Pop-Off?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, let's get right to it. Agenda item number 72. Your thoughts?
Well, I believe it's the item is an error. I think it's illegal because council members have no authority to direct the city airport director or any employees of the city to do anything. We vote to approve ordinances and resolutions and contracts. We don't vote, we don't cancel them.
Councilmember, I want to get you back a little bit so we get people. This is the beauty of doing this show. There we go. Bring you back just a little bit so we get people. And let me talk to what people are to have an understanding of this agenda.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people at home, they're not in politics to the level we are. He's there every week doing these meetings. So explain this to them in a way they'll understand.
All right, so here's what's going on with the agenda item. It's really simple. Remember the Papa's food fight over at Hobby Airport? You had a whole bunch of vendors. So you had certain guys and say, hey, we like these guys a lot. We're going to use them moving forward. And a lot of people are saying, well, listen, these guys over here, they're doing a pretty darn good job, okay? You know, why are we going to replace a guy who's been serving us for so many years and making us a lot of money for somebody that's unproven? And they're like, well, we want to bring in the unproven. But why? Just because we want to bring in the unproven and we think they're going to give us more money in return. So what's happened now is that everyone's saying this has not been a good deal for the city. You're just not seeing that foot traffic there. So John Whitmire, the mayor-elect, has said on the campaign trail that, hey, once I'm in that office, I'm going to be pulling back this contract and resetting it, which the mayor has the powers to do. Because as you know, what happened in 2016 with iTrip, council member?
It got canceled.
And who did that?
Mayor Turner.
Mayor Turner. So you have that power, Zach, to say, you know what?
It is like deja vu.
I know you guys did this. We don't like it. So that's what this agenda item is about. But now what they're trying to do is saying you could take a council member like a Michael Kubosh, you could take a council member like a Tiffany Thomas, any council member. Yeah. But you have to have the council members vote on this now. It's no longer the powers of the mayor or the airport director to say, let's just cancel this bad deal. No. They want to bring all of the city council members together to vote on it. And that makes it illegal because according to you?
Because the charter prohibits council members from directing any employees of the city of Houston.
And we talked a little bit about that last week with Councilmember Knox.
Right.
We did. How do you think this week's going to be any different? I mean, they got tagged. Now we're going to really see the fight here. It's been tagged twice.
Well, I would hope that the council members would realize that by passing this, it's going to put the new council members and the council members that are still in office, that it's going to put them in peril because they're going to be asked to possibly cancel the contract, and if they did, then they could be removed from office.
Well, Councilmember Knox brought up a very good point last week. He had other concerns about this. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Why is well, it's illegal because the city charter, which is the constitution of the city, says that city council members they shall not engage in any administrative function in any department anywhere in the city.
Do you think that proper authorities will be alerted about this particular agenda item?
I can't see how they're not already alerted. It's been all over your news program.
All right, so you have a powerful statement there, Councilmember Kubosh, by Mike Knox saying that why it's illegal, but he's also saying that law enforcement should be made aware of this. He feels like it's an abuse of power. When we asked him that question, we talked to him at great length, but he's just saying, correct me if I'm wrong, Zach, that law enforcement should be made aware. Your thoughts?
Well, as a former law enforcement officer, as he is, I would have to agree with him that this is wrong. When I went and looked at it in procurement, I never could get the documents that I asked for. I even filed an open records request, and even to this day, I haven't gotten the documents I've asked for, and it's been a long time.
But Mayor Turner says he's all about transparency.
Well, you know, it's according to who's looking.
Yeah, well,
who's talking,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Who's responding?
I understand that. So
is this restaurant the one that won the bid? Are they up and running?
Well, so I got to be honest with you. Yes, it is. Arias, this is a group Arias out of Miami.
Correct.
Okay, they're a Miami-based group. They've got airport business in other airports in the United States. I was at Hobby yesterday working on a different story. And while I was at Hobby, I said, hey, I'm going to walk over to the old Pappas location that's right in front of the security there. And, you know, it could have been just the day. It could have been the situation that it was.
The time
of the day, but I went there twice. I went there at around 1:30 in the afternoon, then I went again before my 6 o'clock live shot. Just
and
around 5:30.
certainly there's some
to see what
flights go,
see what kind of activity there was. You know, I saw people inside the Channel 2 store right beside it.
Right.
But inside the Papa store, I only counted 4 customers total for both visits.
Wow.
Now, again, it could be just a situation of the day and what was presented. But that's what's concerning for many people. And the question I have is, has anybody actually seen the numbers of that particular location since Arias has come in and done a year-to-year comparison, council member?
No, I haven't seen any numbers, and I know that they have been asked for, but with the clock running like it is, we'll probably never get to see them.
Right? Yeah. Well, you know, obviously it's going to be an intriguing situation.
It is. And so I just want to make sure I understand this correctly, though. When Mayor-elect Whitmire assumes his role as mayor, he can come in, he has the power to revert. We can see this restaurant out of there? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Possibly?
So what he can do is he can say, listen, everybody said this was going to make us money, but it's not making us the money that we thought it was.
Here's the proof.
And not to mention, the red flags that everybody had with this Arias presentation, stuff that we exposed. They put a coffee company as one of their subcontractors. That coffee company had closed up shop. They were out of business in the Heights.
Out of a business.
You remember that?
Yes.
And then we had another instance in which they said that Chris Shepard, a noted chef here in our city, is also on Taste Like a Local, you know, the show.
Oh, yeah.
Eat Like a Local.
Eat Like a Local.
I'm sorry. Eat Like a Local.
Chris Shepard.
I taste like a local. But Eat Like a Local with Chris Shepard. Chris Shepard was part of the proposal. You remember that?
I did.
I do.
And when I went and looked, they had pictures of him.
But he also indicated to us that he wasn't part of it.
That's
so
right.
we're taking Chris Shepard from his word, and he's saying we're not a part of this deal. I'm not
I had
a part
nothing
of it.
to do with this, right?
And then the other issue, and I heard this from another vendor in the airport, and they're saying, you know, this is really unfair that's what's happening here, because Pappas was getting pinged for only being in the Houston airport system and not enough locations across the nation, like Arias. But if you looked at what Pappas was delivering to the Houston airport system, I believe, council member, it's one of the highest, if not the highest, grossing restaurants within the airport system.
It is, and they're a quality airport vendor, and that's why the airport became a 5-star airport. The only 5-star airport in the United States is Hobby Airport. A lot of that is because the service and the food and the things that were done by Pappas.
But let's understand what's truly at the core of this agenda item. It really isn't about a food fight. It's really about the mayor's powers moving forward.
It's political.
If there's no contract that makes sense in anything, the mayor has that ability. In this situation, they're only highlighting these vendors. Remember, Zach, there are a number of contractual vendors tied to the airport system, but you're only hearing of a select few. Many have told us, Councilmember Kubosh, this is about Arias and making sure that Arias stays in there. To that you say?
I say that's what it is.
Oh, interesting. Okay. And then let's talk about the undercutting of the power. I asked John Whitmire
Yeah, you
about
had the
this.
opportunity to sit down with him.
Yeah, here's what Mayor-elect John Whitmire had to say about this agenda item.
And I think at this stage, when you're lame duck, you ought to acknowledge there's an election and you're in transition, and you ought to wait for the new administration. I would hope council recognizes that.
So Mayor Whitmire said that he wasn't really in favor of the agenda item. Councilmember Kubosh,
Thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts are that it would make sense that it wouldn't be, because it's taking power away from the mayor, but it's also an illegal thing to do.
All right, Councilmember Michael Kubosh.